Life in the big city was becoming too much for Sarah and David. Every day felt the same. Crowded streets, loud noises, and not enough time to breathe. They dreamed of something different, something peaceful. One sunny weekend, they drove out of the city and discovered Pinewood, a small mountain town that seemed like it was from a picture book. The houses were small and colorful. Trees surrounded everything. Mountains stood in the background like giant green guardians. Their new home was a wooden house with large windows. From the kitchen, they could see green hills and a small river. The air was clean and fresh. Birds sang in the morning. At night, they could see hundreds of stars, something impossible in the city. Sarah worked as a graphic designer. Her job was perfect for traveling. She could do her work from anywhere with her laptop. David was a computer programmer who could also work from home. They felt lucky to have jobs that allowed them to live anywhere. Their first months in Pinewood were like a dream. Mornings started with hot coffee and watching the sunrise. Weekends were spent exploring hiking trails, collecting interesting stones, and talking about their future. Then they met Michael and Emily Sanders, their neighbors. Michael was an engineer who worked on big construction projects. His job made him travel a lot. Sometimes he was away for weeks or even months. Emily worked part-time at the local library and spent most of her time alone. They first met at a small community barbecue. Emily brought a delicious homemade apple pie that everyone loved. Michael told funny stories about his work projects. Sarah and David liked them immediately. As weeks passed, a pattern started. Emily often needed help with small things around her house: a broken window, a leaky water pipe, problems with her garden. David, being kind and good with his hands, always offered to help. Sarah didn't worry at first. Neighbors helping each other was normal in small towns. But slowly, she started feeling uncomfortable. Emily began dressing differently when David was around. Instead of her usual comfortable clothes, she wore pretty dresses. Her smiles became longer. Her conversations with David became more personal. David didn't see anything wrong. He thought he was just being a good neighbor, helping someone while her husband was away. But Sarah's feelings grew stronger. One evening, after David returned from helping Emily fix her garden fence, Sarah decided to talk to him. She was honest and open about her feelings. She wasn't angry, but she was worried. "I feel strange about how Emily acts around you," she told David. "I trust you, but something doesn't feel right." David listened carefully. He understood that his actions might look wrong, even if he didn't mean anything bad. He promised to be more careful and spend less time with Emily. Things changed after their talk. David was more aware of how he acted around Emily. He made sure to include Sarah in any help he gave their neighbor. When he needed to help Emily, he would tell Sarah first. Michael returned from his work trip, and everything became normal again. Emily stopped asking David for help. Sarah and David's relationship became even stronger because they talked openly about their feelings. Months later, Michael and Emily moved away because of a new job. Sarah and David hardly noticed. They were busy planning their own future. They started talking about having children. The mountain town had taught them something important. A good relationship is about talking honestly, listening to each other, and trusting one another. As autumn came and the mountains turned gold and red, Sarah and David continued building their life together. They were happy united and excited about what the future might bring. Their story showed that in a relationship, talking and trust are more important than anything else. If you enjoyed our story, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share with someone who needs to hear this message. Learning English has never been more heartwarming. See you in the next story.